Welcome back. This is our second Christian perspective on looking at just in a YouTube video and a brief discussion. One of the things that a lot of us as Christians really need to consider. And today we're looking at joy, a Christian perspective on joy. What does it mean to be joyful coming from someone who's a follower of Jesus Christ? Well, the word joy appears a lot of times in the Bible. It's a word that people talk about time and time again. One of the main examples that comes to my mind is when Mary in her famous Magnificat says, "My soul rejoices in the Lord my God." Just a powerful time of happiness and adulation. And that's something that all of us can take away from the biblical example of joy and joy in the Lord. If it's safe to say, and I think it is, one of the main goals for all of our lives is we want to be happy. We want to, at the end of the day, feel satisfied with ourselves. We want to feel good about the decisions we've made. We want to see the fruit of our labor. And we just want to feel downright good. That motivates decisions, that motivates spending habits, thoughts, words, relationships. Happiness motivates everything. But it's often very difficult to be happy when the bottom falls out, when you lose your job, when that person who you thought you knew so well just seems to be a completely different person. When even such circumstances as your sports team doesn't make the playoffs. Hey, I'm a Pirates fan. It's been a long time coming. Or the list can go on and on and on and on and on. Our happiness is often rooted in our circumstances. And joy is something a little different. Joy is something which, throughout the Bible, is often focused on not our circumstances, but rather our identity. Happiness centers in your what's if it's good, if it's bad, if it's indifferent, what's going on with you. Joy centers in your identity. Do you have to be all the time, "Hey, look at me, everything's terrible"? Woo! Do you have to be that? No, you don't have to be that when you're joyful. But you have to understand when you're joyful, the things of this earth are only temporary. That if you're spending all your earthly time storing up treasures right here and right now, you're going to be one of the most unhappy, unjoyful people at the end of it all. So I just want to encourage you to understand joy is something that never changes. Who you are in Jesus Christ is the same when you were first born. It's the same when you're going to pass from this life to the next. That never changes. Your joy should be something that stays consistent, knowing that God loves you, God cares about you, God made a place for you. If we're not so, trust me, He would have told you. Don't let joy ever be affected by your circumstances. Life will have some great moments. That might be when you walk down the aisle to that special someone. Might be the birth of a child. Might be the first job you have after college. Might be your first kiss. The list can go on and on and on. Life can have some incredible, special moments. Those moments will build your happiness. They'll increase your joy. But life can also have moments when the bottom falls out. Those moments can easily take away your happiness, but they should never take away your joy. Know that the cross of Jesus Christ is more than enough to satisfy your every longing, to satisfy your every desire. And that's more than enough to make you joyful. Will it be easy? No. It's not going to be easy being joyful. Job had a rough time. The Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians 4, when he was in prison for his faith, he wrote, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice." This is a man who'd gone through a lot, and I guarantee it, he was not jumping up and down, clicking his heels when he wrote that. But Paul still wrote that because he understood that joy is one of the best spiritual fruit we as followers of Christ can bear. There's a hurting world out there. There's a world who needs to taste and see that the Lord can produce pure, non-ending joy. Will you go out and rejoice in the Lord always? Because your joy is never affected by your circumstances. Until next time, this is Brian Sandell.